Alright, so we're back with another Boruto episode review, and today we have the first half of the climactic finish against the fight of Ishiki Otsutsuki, and people were hyping this up on Twitter. From the previews, it seemed like there was going to be some cool stuff happening, but I wasn't really sure what really was going to be happening within the episode besides just a whole bunch of fighting, which at first, that's actually what it is. It's just a whole bunch of fighting of Naruto's new form against Ishiki Otsutsuki. And yeah, when it starts and the fighting actually starts happening and they have really, really solid animation going on for the entirety of the fight, it looks phenomenal and it's incredible. And this mode looks fucking cool. And the fact that Naruto suddenly just is now able to go toe-to-toe against Ishiki Otsutsuki, which they really couldn't before, it was really cool. It was really cool seeing this fight, seeing what Naruto can do in this form. Seeing how he actually fights a little bit different than he normally does, which was actually pretty interesting to see when he is fighting against Ishiki. So, yeah, just the whole beginning portion of this fight was really cool, and it ends off pretty cool. But then the rest of the episode isn't really centered around Naruto in this new form, and he beats Ishiki. That's not really what this is supposed to be about, and I'm really glad that that isn't the case, because if it was left to Naruto again and to have to, stop the forces of evil, to, stop doing whatever the hell they're trying to do, then yeah, that would be one thing, and I think that would actually kind of be to the detriment of the show, because ultimately what this show is currently about now is the relationships between Boruto and Kawaki, and this needs to be something specific that happens to Kawaki. So what eventually ends up happening is Ishiki gets a hold of Naruto, and because of the fact that Kawaki has the prosthetic arm that is using Naruto's chakra, Ishiki is able to sense where Kawaki's location is, and he ends up using the teleportation jutsu or technique, wherever it is, to bring Kawaki to the dimension that they're in. And it's basically just a chase of Ishiki spending the rest of the time that he has, because the mode that Naruto was using actually shortened Ishiki's lifespan of how long he can actually stay there to only like a few minutes. And yeah, basically the rest of the episode is just a chase of Ishiki trying to get Kawaki, and basically Sasuke and Naruto trying to get Kawaki, away from this fucking dude. And just what ends up happening is, because Kawaki is afraid, he's afraid that Naruto is gonna die. He's afraid because he remembers past trauma of what happened to him against Jigen. Because by the end of the episode, Ishiki is threatening Naruto's life, and he starts counting down from 20 to 0. And that reminds Kawaki of the trauma that he had to live through in the past against Jigen, and it traumatizes him, obviously, but then he remembers the good memories of what Naruto did for him in a short amount of time that they've actually known each other, and that's what starts pushing Kawaki to go and confront this guy who tormented him, even if it was indirectly through Jigen. He is going to go ahead and do it, and the next episode is basically just centered around what's going to happen after the fact, because I think this is such a huge moment for Kawaki. He needs to confront what happened to him in the past and, not embrace it, but confront it. And that's why I said, if it was left to just Naruto again being the guy to take down the big boss guy, I don't think it would have worked. And now it's being left to Kawaki. I think it's good, especially considering that in the beginning of the episode, of the first episode of this whole entire series, Kawaki still obviously has his karma seal, so how is he going to get the karma seal again? And now it looks like we're finally going to be able to see how that happens. And I don't know, there was a lot to happen in this episode that was really good. Ultimately, like I said, I'm glad that it's Kawaki. He's going to be the one to finally confront him at the very end to end this off, and we're going to see what ends up happening after the fact. And I think that ultimately we can only go up from here. I think the Boruto anime has been really solid recently, and I'm really glad about that. All this stuff happening around Kawaki and the car organization and Nishiki, it's all really good. Even if some episodes here and there are kind of like whatever, and they just don't really exceed in any specific way, I'm glad that it's still happening anyways. I'm still glad that this is what's currently going on in the show, and I can only hope that whatever they do next after this, because I'm pretty sure that this arc with Ishiki is going to end up ending by next week. I hope they do something interesting afterwards for the next arc. I hope it's something interesting. Hope it's something good. I don't know what they're gonna do. Probably something around adapting something from the manga because that's what they've been doing since the beginning of this arc. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll go ahead and just wrap things up because I don't have really much else to say. It was a really good episode. It was animated really well, and there's a lot of positive things else that I could say, but I don't want to take up too much more of your time. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next one. Have a fantastic day. I'm out. Peace.